Namaskar and a very good evening to everyone. I'm Mukta Kandial. Welcome you all on this live interactive session of webinar. And today's session will be in the continuation of our series on cyber safety and security. And today we are going to learn about social engineering techniques and preventive measures. And as always, we are joined by one of the experts who will be giving us thorough information on this topic. And the expert we have today with us is Ms. Karanpreet Kaur. Ma'am is project engineer at Applied Information Security Division CDAC Mohali. नमस्कार मैम, बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आपका इस सत्र में।
नमस्ते मैम, थैंक यू सो मच।
And to all our viewers, I would like to inform that you are watching this program on eVidya channel number 6 to 12, also on your YouTube channel, that is ncertofficial. So if you have any questions related to today's session that you would like to raise with us, you can call us on our number, that is 8800440559. You can also write to us at cybersafety@cit.nic.in. Apart from these two mediums, there is one more medium through which you can connect with us, that is our YouTube channel, which is, I just told you, ncertofficial. You can raise your queries, any question or any feedback that you would like to share with us through live chat box option over there. So without any further delay, let's start our today's session, and we will directly head to Karanpreet ma'am, and we would request them to please commence today's session. Ma'am.
नमस्कार सभी को मेरी तरफ से। I am Karanpreet Kaur, presently working as project engineer in CDAC Mohali. So today I'm the security expert for social engineering techniques, and we'll be discussing the same, that is social engineering techniques and their preventive measures. Okay, so one by one we will see that what actually is there, why we are focusing on social engineering these days. As we all know that these days the rate of cybercrime is increasing day by day. Social engineering is one of the domain which is, very much affected because of cybercrime. Various malicious activities are accomplished through human interaction using social engineering. It uses the sociological manipulation to trick the users to make this security mistake, and by giving some sensitive information, and these attackers can take advantage of all of these. So basically, before starting this session, before starting this presentation, I would like to first clarify the objective of the same. The objective of this entire presentation is to educate and create awareness amongst the community by using the technology. Today we all are using smartphones, smart devices. We are surrounded with many of these smart devices which are generating huge lot of data at each and every moment, right? We have phones, even TVs these days, they are generating data. We consider various technologies also, let it be internet media or implication on possible cybercrimes. So we need to first understand that if this cybercrime is happening, why is it so? Okay, maybe from our side, we are unaware. If we talk about social engineering attacks, then we need to understand what actually social engineering attacks are. Okay, we have to define the goals. We have to recognize the symptoms of social engineering. We have to identify the ways how we can protect ourselves from these kind of attacks. So this is the major objective of today's this session. So in this slide, as you can see, presently we are having home security. Till now, when we were living in our traditional homes, we used to lock our home whenever we were going outside. But as you see, there is evolution in technology. We are using various sensormatic solutions for safeguarding our home. Right? We are doing that CCTV surveillance also at our homes. So if we are safeguarding our homes, like in the previous time and nowadays, both the methods are different. Similar is the cyber security. Earlier we used to have just username and password, and that's it. We were feeling that we are totally secure. But nowadays you might have seen this various kind of captchas are there, right? Google captcha, robotic captcha, then two-way authentication is there, wherein your phone also have a password, as well as you have to fill that OTP also, and at the same time you have to fill CAPTCHA also. So you see, if we are evolving in technology, same is with attacker also. They are also evolving in technology, and we must, equip ourselves in order to fight with those attackers. Okay? So moving further, what are these various kind of attackers or hackers that we are talking about? Okay. So basically, there are three types of hackers, you can say. Those are again categorized on the basis of colors. That is white hat hackers. These are good guys. Okay, people who report weaknesses to appropriate people, people who help us to making us feel secure, help us to secure our information. These are white hat hackers. Okay, then black hat hackers are those which are only interested in their personal goals. That is, and they need to have some maybe financial purposes or maybe some grudges, and they are going to take revenge from you. So they are having different kind of personal goals. Okay, and gray hat hackers are the mixture of white hat as well as black hat hackers. So they are somewhere in between. Okay, then another two categories which are these days coming up due to the advent of reachability of internet in everyone's hand. So these are script kiddies. Now what these script kiddies are like, now you can call them hackers, but they are not really hackers because these are various, you can say, kids which are trying to become hackers. They are the beginners, you can say. They attempt some attack on the basis of their interest, you can say, or some, you can say, some like unimportant information which they are having. So these are script kiddies. Another kind is ethical hacker. They are someone who are hired to hack a system to find vulnerabilities. Okay, so they report it, and then finally, whom they have hired, they uh, patch those vulnerabilities, and they are also known as snickers. Okay, so if we talk about social engineering, so at the core, it is manipulating a person into knowingly or unknowingly giving up an information. You see, we might have heard in newspapers, we might have heard in various blogs that somebody hypnotized me to, give this particular information which was very confidential, very critical. So social engineering attack happens in one or more steps. Okay? These kind of attacks are more of psychological manipulation or deception of the person, of the victim, for the purpose of information gathering. Now, you are tricked in order to give you need to give that information. You are tricked, you are deceived. Okay? So here, attacker first investigate that what is the intent of the victim. Okay, we gather your all the background information such as your potential point of entry and your weak security protocols and which are needed to be proceeded, with the attack. So he will first investigate everything about you. Then attacker will move to gain the victim's trust. Then he will first communicate with that attacker, and he will treat him as if he is the only well-wisher on this world. Okay, so he will provide him stimuli for subsequent actions that break the security practice, such as he will reveal the sensitive information or he will grant you access of the critical resources. That is why we are nowadays told everywhere, it is advertised that it is for the benefit of you that never share your OTP or your personal information to anyone on phone, on any kind of medium, because it is a way of criminals to gain access to the information system. And the purpose of this kind of social engineering is usually secretly install spyware in your system, and you will not get to know that this spyware or this malware is installed on the person being tricked. Okay, so with the help of these spywares, with the help of these malwares which are installed on the system of victim, that attacker can gain access to the passwords and other kind of personal and private information, including the financial, that sensitive financial information also. Okay, so in this way, social engineering cause a very big, you can say, harm to the society. Okay, Social engineering also is like someone steals your confidential data from the organization, not only your personal data, but your organization data also. So it makes it especially more dangerous because it relies on human error only. So you see, we can patch the technical errors, we can patch the weak points of the technology, but how can we patch the weak points of human beings? How can we patch the psychological manipulations which are done by the attacker to the victim? Okay, that can be patched only by awareness. Okay, so that is why we need to have this cyber security awareness as well as information security awareness. Okay, so all in all, whatever we are till now discussing is that somebody tweak our information, somebody mishandle us so that we may give our sensitive and critical information to them. Okay? So obtaining simple information like your pet's name, where you are from, which place you have visited, okay, then they become friends with each other. And just think of a scenario that he will be like maybe he will be inviting you to play some game with you, okay, and within 5-10 days or maybe 1 month, you get familiar to that person. He is an attacker in truth. Okay, so he will tend to have all the information from your system. Okay, all the valuable names, you can say addresses, all the valuable information from your system, all the financial information, your card holder data, your health insurance data, your credit report data, everything will be stolen and you will not get to know about it. Okay, so we need to be aware of what actually is happening and what we are going to do and what we should do. So for that, we must first get to know, we should understand this, what these attackers are looking for actually. Okay? If you take a closer look to these secure sites that you log into, there are some secret questions. Okay? So like what is your username or password? If you do not remember your username and password, then some questions are asked you, right? And like what is your pet name? What is your maiden name? What is your mother or father name? Or where you were born? Questions like this. These sound very familiar, right? So various tactics are implemented so as to implement the social engineering attack. Social engineering comes in many different forms that can be performed anywhere where human interaction is involved. Okay, so and here are various kind of social engineering. We'll be discussing them one by one. The very first tactic which is used by the attackers is pretexting. Now, what is pretexting? Pretexting is like making a fake scenario. Like someone attacker, if we talk about the attacker only, attacker obtain information through a series of cleverly drafted lies. The scam is often initiated by this attacker pretending that he need to have that sensitive information from the victim in order to perform a critical task. For example, you will get one mail or you will get one call. Okay, this and this, so and you are winning, a voucher for stay in five-star hotel. For that, you need to share your PAN card number, your house address, your phone number, your other details, right? So in this way, he get to pretend that he need to have all your information because you are going to win that voucher. It is a critical task, and this voucher will expire soon. You need to fill all these things, and I am doing a favor to you. Okay, and you please hand over these information to me. So this is called pretexting. Okay, in this, attacker actually starts by establishing trust with the victim by impersonating co-workers, police, banks, tax officials, and other person who have right to know authority. And in this way, all sort of pertinent information and records are gathered using this scam. Okay, such as his social security number, your personal address, your phone number, everything is gathered, and in this way, using pretexting tactic, he will fake you. Okay. The next one is phishing. Now, what phishing is? Phishing scam is again very famous scam which is done by the attackers. These scam include some email text messages sent, okay, wherein it is an urgency is created, or some curiosity or fear in the victim is created, that you need to give this sensitive information by clicking on the links to the malicious website or opening some attachment that contain malware. Okay, so it will be like you will receive one email, okay, from some online service. It will create a note or create an alert that okay, you need to change your PIN number. Okay, and it looks like this link is coming from very genuine website, but it is illegitimate website. Okay, it is nearly identical in appearance to this legitimate version. It is prompting unsuspected users, and it will be identical to that particular, for example, let's say banking service only, and they will ask you to change your PIN. And the moment you will see, okay, this is from my ABCD bank, I need to change it because they are asking me to change that PIN. And the moment you change that PIN number, all your money, all your details are gone, all your credentials are gone. Okay. Similarly, another scenario is fake website. Now, fake websites are also molded to look like the real one, but in actual, they are not the real websites. When you log in into the real credentials, you think that this is the actual website which I was trying to log in, but that is not the actual website. The moment you log in into that with the real credentials, those credentials will be compromised because it is being captured by the attacker. Okay. Similarly, you might also observe that some pop-ups come in front of your screen, and they also seems to be like they are coming from some legitimate website. Some notifications are there which you can see, some pop-ups, and these are also used to obtain victims' username and password. That is their credential. Okay, so these are various methods which are used for social engineering attacks. One is dumpster drive, shoulder surfing, baiting, wishing, phishing, and whaling. Okay, so we'll be discussing all of them one by one. Okay, in detail. So you can see here the social web include so many websites, so many applications that we are surrounded with. Let it be Flickr, Facebook, LinkedIn, Skype, Ask, Bing. Okay, so there are hundreds and thousands of applications which we use on daily basis, right? So now let's discuss all of these one by one. The first one is dumpster. Okay. Now, what actually this thing is? It is like basically from the trash, we put this attacker fetch few information which are very critical and very sensitive to us, but we think it is we have discarded them, but in reality we have not discarded them. We have just dumped them, and through those trashes, those informations which were trashed by you otherwise become treasure for the attacker. Okay, so this entails combing through someone else's trash to find treasures. That is, in the tech world, when we say we have discarded a sensitive information, it could be some illegal manner also. Okay, so it is like you have securely discarded it or not. Okay, now there are various methods or various things which we think we have discarded, like your passwords, your access codes, your organizational charts, calendars, applications, diagram, credit card receipts, expenses, report, and phone numbers, printed emails and names, and n number of things. No? We think that we have deleted it then successfully, but they are somewhere in the trash. And these attackers, what they do, they just gather all this information in order to have their prior homework. Okay, so they get to know something about you. Even if they get a credit card receipt from there, also they can get to know that where last you have used this particular credit card, and you are having a credit card which belongs to this particular bank. So you see, even a small piece of information can help them to initiate the social engineering attack. Okay, so this is how dumpster duster works. So here you can see various types of social engineering are technical social engineering, wherein phishing, wishing, spam emails, pop-up windows are there. Here you can see we have a like this rocketdownload.com, right? This is a very famous game. Okay, it looks like it is the original one, and the moment I click on downloads, it will tend me to download some spyware or some malware, because this is not the real rocket. Okay. Similarly, here you can see in this screenshot wherein a message is there from the Union Bank that your loan amount is this much and you have to repay this much. Okay, and you install now. It looks like it is from Union Bank, but here you can see AI credit 20. Okay, so there are few points that you need to check. And the moment I install, being a knave or being an unaware person, I see this is Union Bank's logo. It might be this notification is from Union Bank only, but the moment I click install now, it will take me to the malware download. Okay, so these all of these are technical social engineering, whereas non-technical are like impersonation or pretexting, the one which we already discussed. Then dumpster diving, which we have already discussed, that from the trash these attackers they dig out information of ours. So Spain, or acting as a technical expert. Now they act like I will provide you many things and I know many things, but in actual they want to you to reveal your sensitive information. So like this is another example wherein Amazon International Women's Day is celebrated in 2022, and this is a giveaway message which is like shown in the mobile phone, wherein you can see that this is a fraud alert. The one who will click it will put their information in, right? They will fall into trap, and it was widely circulated in the social media apps. Okay, but it was fake. And these kind of messages also include the things like you will get a reward or you will get discount on this gift if you will share this particular message to 20 other people which are there in your contact list. So in this way, they spread their pop-ups, these fake pop-ups. Okay, so this is how this entire modulus operandi work, wherein user receives a message, maybe a mail or link like this. Now he being an unaware person, he will click it, okay, to participate in the survey, or maybe he will download some software out of it, right? And the moment he do so, he is allowing that person, attacker person, to either get into his system or he get into the suspicious side. Okay, so maybe he asks him that you pick few gifts or some link, you visit this link, and there is some gift is there. Okay, then user might prompt with that this gift is there. Okay, and you can only have this gift once you forward this message to a chain of people. Okay, and once he like give his personal details and he register himself to claim the gift, he is actually downloading a software, okay, which is having malware or some virus or some cyber fraud is there, or some data leak will be there. So this is modulus operandi which occurs in the social engineering attack. This is the route via which attackers attack. Okay, so there are various signs or symbols which also specifies that we are being attacked. But we being unaware, we do not get into these things. Okay, we cannot, we get trapped to the attacker who is doing social engineering attacks. So how we see the warning symbols, how we can see it, there will be tweaked websites or email IDs of the sender. Okay? So you can always check whenever there is a mail, you need to check from which mail ID it is being sent. Okay? If No genuine website asks like to share your link, to share this thing or this information to your contacts. Okay, these kind of things are done only by some malicious or suspicious vendors only. Okay, so similarly, he will create unrequired urgency to share your details. Like as I told you that today is the last day of expiry of your voucher. If you will not share, you will not get. So now I have all. I suppose I am an attacker and I am doing this pre-texting thing. I am making you, I'm insisting you to reveal your critical information. That is why I am pressurizing you. So this kind of urgency or pressurizing also lead to the problem of social engineering attack. Another kind of warning sign is like somebody might be requested for unrelated personal details, like something they are looking for something else and they will asking you something else only. Okay, so this is one doubtful scenario. Now another thing, they look like the sounds to be honest and truthful also, because they are wearing masks, they are wearing faces, they are not showing their true picture. So basically, social engineering is any act that influences a person to take decision or to take action that may or may not be for his betterment. Okay, may not be for his interest. Now, how it happens? Mainly, fraudsters trick these people, unaware people, by playing with their emotions. Okay, they, for example, they will tell you that they will pretend you that you are very close friend of them, you are relative of them. Okay, or they will threat you for your well-being, that okay, if you will not share your OTP, all your finance will be transaction will take place if you will not share your OTP, that I am talking from so and so bank, and you have that bank account which he has retrieved from the dump only, the information he has received about that particular bank from your trash only. Okay, but he will suppress you to give your OTP, and the moment you share your OTP, everything is gone. Okay, then further there is greed or entitlement is there. Okay, they will offer you some gift. So in this way, you see, psychology is played, human psychology is played. Okay. So if we talk about phishing, as we talked earlier also, so phishing is using emails that appear to come from a legitimate source to trick the people by providing their information. Sometimes that email consists of some malicious link, and they put it to the end user, and maybe by emotional state, or maybe the cause behind that email is such that you start thinking that okay, I should definitely do this. Okay, without thinking this thing that it might be some phishing attack. Okay, similarly, wishing is there. Now, wishing is similar to the phishing. It is basically category of phishing only. Just the method is different. Phishing is when emails are sent to you and you fall in trap. Okay, and wishing is what? Wishing is over voice. You are fished. Okay, so you can well imagine, like some fisherman is putting his fishing rod into the pond, and one or the other fish get into it. Okay, if that fish get trapped into it. Similarly, in the fishing also, various many like entire big list of emails are sent, okay, to various people. Even if one of them tend to fall in the trap, their whatever their intention of the attacker was is solved. Okay. Similarly, for phishing, which I told you that on phone calls, the attacker trick victims to handing over their data, maybe their OTP, maybe they will pretend themselves as a bank person, and they will say, okay, your account is being seized. It will become inoperative if you do not give me that OTP. And we being an unaware people, we will give them OTP, and the moment we handle over the OTP, your credentials and your all important data, or maybe even your amount is lost. Okay, your finance is lost. Similarly, another kind of prospect, another vertical of phishing is smishing. Now in smishing, what happens is an SMS text message is provided, which will tell you that the moment you get into that particular malicious link, you are again falling into the trap. Okay. Another category, the very significant one, which is used to target one person at a time, is spear phishing. Like this is also another method of phishing. In normally, like whenever we see, maybe a stream of water is going there in fresh water, fishes are found, and you take a spear and you can see that fish also, and you yourself kill that fish in one go. So similarly, phishing, similar to the phishing, okay, spear phishing also work, but here the attacker customizes the email specifically to one person only. Okay, he did all the R&D of that person, all the information of that person is gathered, and then he is attacked for his confidential and critical data. Similarly, another kind of social engineering attacks are quid pro quo. In this, the attacker pretends to be a service provider who keeps calling the people until they find someone who actually requests or need the service. Okay, and once some person needs the service, he will definitely share few of his information, and then he will fall in trap of social engineering attack. Okay. Similarly, another kind of attack, social engineering attack, is baiting. Now, what baiting is, like in real life, we see that what baiting is exactly. Baiting is like you keep something in the center, and some person which you want to get trapped will come looking for that particular thing, and he will capture it. Okay. So in the same way, baiting, as the name implies, the baiting attack uses a false promise to pique the victim's greed or curiosity. Okay. So once his greed and curiosity is increased, he will inflect their system with malware. Okay. Most revealed form of baiting uses physical media to disperse malware. For example, attacker will leave the bait, typically malware, infecting the flash drives, your USBs drives, your malicious links, free download offers to this user. Okay, they will the moment victim pick up the bait out of curiosity or insert it into some you can say a work system or some of the device which he is using, it will result in automatic malware installation on the system, and hence your entire information will be lost. Okay. Similarly, whaling is another one. Now, what happens in whaling is like your attacker is targeting a high-ranking employees to gain access to their valuable data. It is always done in the government agencies, which are frequently targeted. Okay, and then we have AI-powered malware also. You see, as we are gaining more and more proficiency in technology, the attacker is also becoming proficient in technology. So these days we tend to listen AI word very oftenly. Like this, in this particular website, artificial engineering is being used. In this particular application, artificial intelligence is being used. Similarly, the attacker also finds ways to take advantage from this artificial intelligence thing, and it can also be used to bypass the anti-malware solutions or antivirus solutions in order to impersonate the senior members of the staff. So you see, if we are getting equipped, attackers are also getting equipped with artificial intelligence, and they can think in their own way and get their own entrusted data from the victim. Okay. So as we discuss phishing, now this is another online crime. Here you can see these all phishers, they might have read this particular email which was sent to them. They look suspicious, but still they try to explore them and they died. Okay. Similarly, it is a criminal attempt to acquire sensitive information such as your username, password, and credit card details, and beware if you see any victim of phishing. And these kind of, when these kind of things happen to us, we usually hide them. Okay, we should not hide these kind of experiences. Rather than we should, spread these kind of experiences so that some other person can learn from our experience. That okay, this person did like this, and he fall into the trap. He got attacked. I should not go through this kind of experience. Okay. Then for spear phishing, here in the diagram you can see that user receives a spear phishing email. Now he got this email. Now he opens it and tends to download and execute this document. Okay. So once he download this document, he was actually having being decoyed by the hidden malicious routine wherein a rat was there. Now what this rat is actually not that real life rat. It is actually a remote access Trojan, okay, which is a virus. This is remote access Trojan, RAT. It is getting installed at the back end in the background. This DLL file, what this DLL file will do, the moment it gets installed, it will inject this scchost.exe file, and the infected system's entire information will be sent to the attackers. Okay, so in this way, in order to discover various kind of information, there are n number of methods which attacker use. Like this is one method wherein you can easily see this is an like email which is sent from DHL Express Cargo. Okay, and the logo is also of DHL, and he is asking me that your parcel has arrived at the office. Our courier was unable to deliver it. Okay, you can download this particular print and attachment and print the receipt. Okay, now what we will do, whether I have not ordered anything, whether something is not going to come to me, I have not bought anything, nothing was there, but still out of curiosity that okay, what came for me, because this looks like it is very genuine message. Okay, I will click on this attachment and I will download it. Okay, moment I will download it, some malware or some remote access Trojan like that will enter into my system, and they will secretly share all my information, including my passwords and cookies even, okay, to the attacker. Now, how can we capture that this particular thing is a like phishing attack? Okay, you need to be very specific here. When you saw that this belongs to DHL Express Cargo, have you read about this mail ID? Here, the mail ID says info@shopper.com. This itself means that it do not belongs to DHL. Okay, so in this way, you can be easily trapped. Okay, another kind of problem, another kind of scenario wherein you can be attacked with the fake pop-ups, that is access denied, requested web address cannot be provided, and this entire ID is given, mail ID or the URL is given, and here reason for this is object infected by UDS Trojan. Now the moment some person is going to click it, okay, what this means, it will land to the installation of this Trojan on your system. Okay. Similarly, another kind of example here. Now, after having a single look on this particular email, I get to know it is from Income Tax Department, right? And it must be very serious email, very, very sensitive kind of information should be there. So here it is shown that you are a valued taxpayer, okay, and some details would be asked to you, that your tax will be refunded, your request will be generated within 7 days. So you click submit, click over here. Now the moment I click here, I will land into some malicious website. Okay. So now you might think that how can I identify them? How can I, how will I differentiate between the genuine and illegitimate site? So you need to check over here. If you hover here, you see here Missilo.it plugin context define PHP. whenever you are talking, you are communicating with IT department, with income tax department, they will never have this kind of URL. They will never in-house this kind of URL. So you can find out from here only that this is not a genuine email. Okay. Another example for the same is that you have been notified that your settlement of this much amount is proceeded and is overdue for payment. Kindly resubmit your fund. Okay. So the moment you will click it, again you will fall in the trap. Okay. And it looks like it is very genuine. And similarly here you can see this task. Here again tax department is there, and they are asking to select your bank and make those transaction to fill your tax, okay, to deposit your tax. The moment you enter your bank from this below, and this link shall take you to the web page outside incometax.gov.in for any query regarding the content of the linked page. Please contact to the webmaster of the concerned website. So you see these kind of websites look like they are genuine websites, but they are actually not. Okay. Similarly, you tend to see that here you are having this refund my tax online form. But again, if you see the URL over here, it is not the right one. Okay, there might be some spelling mistake or something like that, and you will unknowingly, you will unawareingly, you will enter all these details, your mother name, your maiden name, your card holder name, date of birth, state, province, bank number, expiry date, and even CVV number. You will share it along with the ATM PIN, which is not at all required for this kind of transaction. Okay, and once you submit it, you see all the requirements, all the critical or all the sensitive information is shared with the attacker only, and no refund is going to come to you, to your account. In fact, you are going to give some amount of money, or maybe the whole amount of money which is there in your card number will be gone. So how to recognize these kind of fake websites? These kind of fake websites can be recognized if you monitor them very carefully. That is, for example, here you can see there are some IP addresses given, some IP addresses shown. Whenever we whenever we look for Income Tax Department of India, this kind of IP never comes. Okay, so this shows that it is a fake website. Original website look like this. It includes incometaxindia.gov.in. Okay, so from here, these kind of small things, very minute things you have to see, so that you may be able to know that how do we justify like which one is real and which one is not real. Similarly, wishing and smishing. Wishing, we already discussed that they will communicate you that I am some banker and all. Here you can see some wishing and smishing attack which occurred in real time. Here you can see this is a gift which is given to you. This hello, you are receiving some Rolex Rado flat 86% off, and the moment you click this link, you will get on this particular website. Okay, and where there is some malware also. Okay, so you should avoid visiting these kind of links which looks like they are not official, they are not genuine. So before getting into or before entering or requesting any URL, you can first check that whether this particular URL is good or not. It can be checked on URL void. This website is there, https www.urlvoid.com. Here you can scan, like in the previous this link, this bit.ly was there. Now I have checked it whether it is a genuine website or not. So you can receive all the details, like it is reverse DNS, its IP is this, its domain information can be seen from here. Now is it blacklisted or not, when it was last analyzed, and where is the server location, what is the ASN of the same. Okay, and similarly for various other websites as well from API void. This is one. Then you can also check your reviews from this normal Google also. Okay. So if you see Luxurify, that watch brand, okay, so they are selling duplicates, okay, on the trustpilot.com. So you see here only you can get to know that that particular mail, that bit.ly is a fake one. Okay. Another example of smishing is like you get a message of like COVID outbreak, you get iPhone 11 smartphone if you visit on this website. Okay. And once you visit here, again, you can never verify that whether this particular URL is genuine one or not. Similarly, sometimes a pop-up comes wherein they tell you that you download this for free. Okay. This is for your own safety and you will get tips of corona safety. Okay. But in reality, you can see here the mail ID. Okay. From here only we get to know that this is some illegal thing. Similarly, again, you got some message. Again, this one also some message wherein you are told that you'll get some this much money. Okay, if you will click it, you will verify your details. Similarly, if you will download and register your amount, if you want to do this, just register yourself over there in order to fetch our information. Okay. So tips for avoiding same is like never reveal your information over cell phones. Call original company like banks or shopping toll free to inquire that you have received this call, is it right or not. Avoid picking calls from unknown numbers is another thing which we can do. Then we should never ever respond to the SMS which we receive from the unknown numbers, and we should avoid clicking unwanted links and received in the messages. So these are the things that we need to do in order to safeguard ourselves from phishing attacks. And tips to stay safe are like, do not click any direct link, never entertain any phone call which requires any request that is requesting for any kind of data, some financial details, some personal details from you, never. Okay. In case you have a doubt, you can call the company or that particular institute from where that person was calling in order to verify that whether he is the genuine one or not. Okay. Then avoid sharing too much information on social media. Your location, your phone number, your mail ID. What happens these days is every time we get into some place, we go for check-in on the social media accounts. Okay. From there also, these attackers get information, they gather information, and they can misuse it. Okay. Always think before you share. You should not be in a hurry always, even while making any kind of transaction. Very thoughtfully process it, not in a hurry. Okay? Do not panic. It will always go slow case. If you receive any email, any phone call, they are asking you for personal details. First of all, never give them. Ask them properly what they want to do, whether they are genuine or not. Okay? Most of these fraudsters take advantage by asking you that it is very urgent. Okay? Or maybe they will offer you some free gift and you become curious. Okay? So various things or various tips that we need to discuss for protecting ourselves is you should first be aware of the security culture. Okay? It will help you repel the social engineering attack. And how we will protect ourselves? We will recognize the inappropriate request for information. We will first, with our whole thought process, we will check that whether our entire information which they are asking is required or not. Okay. Then you have to take ownership of the corporate society security also. You need to see the risk and impact of these kind of security breaches so that you are not personally and psychologically harmed by anyone. Okay. You need to follow the password management. That is, you need to have strong passwords wherein it should contain capital letters, small letters, alphanumeric letters or special characters also. Okay, in order to make strong.
Yeah,
And further,
definitely, Karanpreet ma'am. And I think after today's session, after these protective tips that you have shared with all our viewers will be more alert against these cyber attacks, these social
right,
engineering
right.
attacks as well. Thank you so much, Karanpreet ma'am, once again for being with us, for joining with us, and in delivering such informative, wonderful session on cyber safety to all our viewers. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
And I would like to thank all our viewers as well who got connected with us throughout this session. Hope you will something take out of this session, be more alert, as our expert has already suggested again these cyber attacks. So don't go anywhere for now. We are wrapping up this session, but we will be back with our another session, that is Sahyog. Stay connected to PM Vidya channel and CRT official. Namaskar.
Namaskar.